Assalamu alaikum students. I'm Miss Azma Zehra, your social studies teacher here. We are learning about the chapter Features and Movement of the Earth. It is your chapter from the book Know Your World. Now, we'll take a review of the previous lecture. We have learned about imaginary lines on the earth. The first line which we have learned about is axis. It is center on which a body rotates. Earth rotates on its axis. The second line is equator, which is so important line. It divides the earth into two halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Then the latitudes. Latitudes are the horizontal lines. They are parallel to each other, and altogether there are 180 latitudinal lines on the globe. Then longitudinal lines. These lines are vertical lines. There are almost 360 latitudinal lines and they meet at the North Pole and the South Pole. Prime meridian is the center line of horizontal lines. So this is a review of the previous chapter. Now, today we are going to learn about shape, bulge and tilt of the earth. Actually, what is the meaning of the bulge? Bulge means a rounded swelling which distorts on otherwise flat surface. The earth bulges out from the middle. This bulging region is the first to receive direct sunlight. Then the earth is just like an orange. It is not a complete sphere. Actually, it is flat from the tops and bulge from its middle. Means ये अपने मिडल पार्ट से कुछ बाहर निकली हुई है और अपने टॉप और बॉटम पार्ट से कुछ दबी हुई है, बिल्कुल एक ऑरेंज की तरह. जिस तरह हम ऑरेंज को देखते हैं कि ऑरेंज एक कम्प्लीटली स्फीयर नहीं होता है बल्कि ऊपर और नीचे से कुछ दबा हुआ होता है. सेम एज इट इज़ द अर्थ हैज़ बल्ज फ्रॉम इट्स मिडल. सो what are the effects of bulging of the earth? These are the effects. Bulging region is the first which take the sunlight first. It gets maximum amount of heat and light of the sun. It receives sunlight for the longest time in the day throughout the year. As it is the widest part of the earth, this is also the hottest part of the earth. And there is one thing more which I want to add up. Equator is the bulging region of the earth. So equator is the hottest part of the earth, as well as it receives most of the sunlight in the daytime. Then the next one is tilt of the earth. What is the meaning of tilt? Actually, tilt means थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा. The earth is tilted on its axis. अर्थ अपने सेंटर की तरफ से कुछ टेढ़ी है, कुछ झुकी हुई है. The North Pole and the South Pole do not face the sun at the same time. The Earth's axis is tilted 23.5 degree from the plane of its orbit around the sun. अर्थ अपने एक्सिस से 23.5 डिग्री टिल्टेड है. अगर आप ग्लोब में भी देखें तो ये कुछ टेढ़ी है. अपने सेंटर पार्ट से, अपने जिस सेंटर पार्ट पे ये मूव करती है और रोटेट करती है, उस सेंटर से ये कुछ झुकी हुई है. You can see in the picture as well. The earth is tilted. The dotted line shows the tiltness of the earth and the straight line shows the center of the earth. Now, what are the effects of the earth's tilt? Because of the Earth's tilt, our seasons change. Then, when the North Pole of the Earth's axis is tilted toward the Sun, the Northern Hemisphere has summer time. In the meanwhile, the Southern Hemisphere has winter. It's mean at the same time of the year, Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere doesn't have the same seasons. When the Southern Hemisphere having the winter time, the Northern Hemisphere having the summer time. The hemisphere tilted toward the Sun has more daylight hours than the hemisphere tilted away from the Sun. Then there is a video which is downloaded from the YouTube. You can enjoy it and it will be more clear. It will be more clarification for you. So let's start the video.
Whose idea was it to camp in winter? And why is winter so much colder and darker than summer? To understand this, we need to explain how the tilt of the Earth's axis affects the amount of sunshine we get. And explain how the tilt of the Earth's axis affects how warm the sun feels. The Earth spins on its axis. The fact that it takes 24 hours to complete one spin helps us explain day and night. But it is the tilt of the Earth's axis that will help us understand the seasons. It is tilted at an angle of 23.4 degrees, and the Earth takes 1 year to orbit the Sun. Different parts of the Earth are tilted towards the Sun as it orbits. In winter, the Northern Hemisphere is tilted away from the Sun. This means fewer hours each day are spent in daylight. In summer, the Northern Hemisphere is tilted towards the Sun. This means more hours each day are spent in daylight. The tilt of the Earth also affects the angle that the Sun shines onto different parts of the Earth. In the summer, the Sun is shining more directly at the Northern Hemisphere. In the winter, the Sun shines at more of an angle. The Sun appears higher in the sky in summer and lower in the winter. The angle of the Sun in the winter spreads the Sun's rays over a larger area. They are less concentrated, and so it feels colder. So, the Earth's tilt really does mean it's better to go camping in the UK in summer. In winter, the Northern Hemisphere is tilted away from the Sun. We have fewer hours of daylight and the Sun's rays are spread over a larger area, meaning it's colder. In summer, the Northern Hemisphere is tilted towards the Sun. We have more hours of daylight and the Sun shines more directly onto us, meaning it's warmer. I know which one I prefer.
Now, shape of the earth. जैसा कि हम सुनते आए हैं कि अर्थ एक स्फीयर है, but earth is not a complete sphere. Sphere means a round solid figure on its surface with every point of its surface equal distance from its center. But the earth is not a perfect sphere. It is spheroid. Spheroid means flat from the top and having a bulge from the middle. So the shape of the earth is described as being like an orange, a sphere but wider round the equator. A ball is a sphere. You can observe a ball. Ball is a sphere But an orange does not have a sphere shape, it is spheroid. So earth is just like an orange, and the shape of the earth is spheroid. You can see in the picture as well as the orange, the earth is just like an orange. Now you can watch this video for more clarification. Now summary of the topic. The earth bulges out from the middle. The bulging region is the force to receive direct sunlight. The earth is tilted on its axis. The North Pole and the South Pole do not face the sun at the same time. The shape of the earth is described as being like an orange, a sphere, but wider round the equator. Now, task to do. You have to read the book, page number 53 and 54 from your book Know Your World. Then there are some questions to do. First is name 3 characteristics of the earth that are responsible for varying amount of sunlight. On which imaginary line does earth rotate? How long does the earth take to complete one rotation? What is the earth circling around the sun called? How does it take to complete one such circle?